not to manage your life and business when you've got so much to do. My name's Anna LaGrange and I'm one half of Baba Business, the Birth and Baby Business Academy.
And my name's Liz Stamford and I'm the other half of Baba Business, the community membership for birth and baby business owners.
All right, so I don't know about you, but I feel like this most days. I manage my life and business when I've got so much to do? I think the difference is
100%.
that the thing for us is that we have got a lot of management tools now. But I think let's talk a little bit about how it feels when you've got a busy life. Perhaps you've got a family. It could be a young family like when they're little. It could be that you're at our stage where you're doing so much running around after your kids. You're literally counting down the weeks, months until they can pass their driving test because you're just like taxi mom. It doesn't, I think whatever stage you're at, it could be that you're even like, your granny, and you're doing childcare again, for your own children's kids. It could be, we pretty much all have busy personal lives, but at the same time, we're trying to build this business and work in our business and make that a priority, but it can all feel really overwhelming. And I think sometimes one of the worst things can be with those unexpected moments that we all get with families. Like you think you've got a day. I mean, I had a bit of that today when I had a sort of sitting in a waiting room while my daughter had an appointment for 5 hours thinking, I'll get loads of work done. And then had problems with the internet and I had to do a real whole big rethink. And it was very frustrating. And it was also I just felt really frustrated. My mindset wasn't in a good place. And I think we can all relate to that when things aren't going as we expected them to.
Definitely. And similarly, I mean, it was only last week, wasn't it, where I was hit with 5 straight days of my youngest being off school. We had 2 inset teacher training days. Then it was straight into the weekend, and then it was a bank holiday. So I couldn't even, I couldn't find my feet basically. And it was at a time where we were in the middle of a launch and we were introducing something new into the membership. So it was really, it's really tough. So the thing is that these things, they just never really go away. They just they morph into something else, because equally I can remember when, I had 2 little ones and a job. And I was trying to grow my business. And then, I had 2 still quite little ones and then a baby, and trying to, scale my business. And it just, it's just, now I've got 2 teenagers and still quite a young one. So it's these challenges they're not going to just go away. So we've got to learn to work with them, really. And I think one of the biggest things and the best things that we can all do is really reduce our stress levels when it comes to our life and our business. And that would be definitely my top tip. And we've spoken before about our Baba rituals, which is something that, I think if you can work these, they're only small tools and ideas that you can work into your daily life. You just reap the benefits of them. But we stop ourselves from doing these things that we know are good for us. We both do it still. We have to literally remind ourselves, don't we, that we need to keep doing these things.
Yeah, I think there's some things we're better at than others, but I think definitely you do need that constant reminder. And I think all the way through business, you do need a reminder that these things work and they make a big difference. I think the thing is we don't prioritize them. I think even when we know they work, we're like, well, I'm too busy to do that, or I'll just do these couple of things and then I'll do that. But, that never comes because these couple of things actually just end up taking you all day. So it is about saying, actually, these rituals, which we will go over a little bit more, these moments of sort of self-care, but that are related to business, these things are non-negotiable. They are a part of my business strategy. They're not nice to have. They're not things I'll do when I've got a quiet day. They are things that help you to feel better. They also help things that help you to be more productive. And they're things that help you to feel more on top of your life. And it helps you as well to get more aligned with your work. So often, we work with people and they're just doing too much. They're saying yes to too much. They're working on projects or working with people that they shouldn't be because it's not in alignment with what they want, or they're on some doing some project for them for their business. It could be like building a website, or I don't know, there's all sorts of different things it could be that actually, yeah, that is a nice thing to do, but it's not necessarily going to be bringing you in large amounts of clients on its own. Just FYI here, just to let everyone know, we don't even have a website for Baba yet. We haven't got there yet, because we know that it's not the most important thing. We've got landing pages, but we don't have it's not a priority. So that's just one example of where people get quite stuck. So I think it is about really, making these rituals or this kind of thing a priority, but not as something for you alone, because I think that's why we don't necessarily prioritize it.
Yeah.
These are things that are for your business as well, so you can look at them in that way, and I think that helps us it shouldn't be the reason we do them, but it does help you to do them more.
Yeah, it's part of your work. Like, it's not only just part of your work, it's part of you being a parent, or you being a good, effective, productive employee as well. Like, the more that we take care of ourselves, the better able we are to balance and juggle all of those different plates that we've got spinning in our lives. And it just makes total sense. So, like, some of our favorite rituals are, we both really love journaling, and again, I can't say that it's something I do absolutely every day, but it's a tool that I draw upon, I would love to get into the habit of doing it every day, and there's no reason why I can't, so why don't I? So that's maybe something for me to undress a little bit. And then visualization is definitely another one of mine and yours. We both love visualizing what it is that we want to bring into our lives, and we know how powerful it is and how well it works. So yeah, I'd say that those were two of my favorites. What about you?
Yeah, I think the embodiment piece is something that we are very, very good at, and we both know that for lots of reasons we need to move our body. So it might be that we go out for a walk, it may be that we're very good at promising ourselves a break or planning a break into our day. So whether that is a walk, whether it's starting the day with some yoga, sometimes for me it's just doing the dog walk, and just like this morning doing a few laps around the dog park. So yeah, it really, we know that the power of that and how it can help with our creativity, how it can help us to feel more relaxed. We're getting some fresh air and some sunlight if the sun happens to be shining. But also, if you're doing yoga inside, obviously there's that whole breath element, which we know is very, very good for us. And you don't need an hour aside or even half an hour to do some yoga. You can sometimes I'll just do like 5 sun salutations, or you can even find 5 or 10 minute yoga sessions online on YouTube, or
that's what I do.
Some of the apps that are out there. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be a massive session. So I think that's the thing. Sometimes we kind of build it up as bigger in our head. But if we plan it in, we put it in our diary, ideally your iCal or whatever electronic diary you use, so that it pops up with a reminder, and then just make it non-negotiable. I can promise you, if you do that and you make it non-negotiable every single day, you'll feel so much better. It will reduce the overwhelm. You're going to feel happier, which it's kind of important. It can make a really big difference. You're feeling low or you're feeling bogged down in your business, it isn't good for your business. No, you don't want to do anything, or you don't necessarily come across very well to your clients. People pick up on that mood. So trying to have like as good a mood as you can in your business and be as positive and feel good in your business as you can, it actually makes a big difference to how you attract clients to you. And this is a great way to improve your well-being and make sure that you are at your best. So yeah, that's probably my top tip around that. But I think also sort of beyond the rituals that we've been talking about, I think just that sense of making sure you've got a community around you, making sure you've got people to talk to, people in your, because it can be quite lonely work. Yeah. I think
not many people understand the demands that there is on a birth and baby business owner. I think it's quite distinctive from any other sort of small business, in any other kind of excuse me, area, because it's quite emotional work that we do when we're supporting parents and families, and people expecting babies, and small children. Like, it's, you get kind of, well, yeah, you get sort of drawn into their stories and their lives. So it's even more important to take care of yourself and to look after yourself. And we shouldn't neglect that.
No, it's really important. And also, if you haven't got that in your world, then you need to go out and find it.
Yeah.
A business buddy, someone to talk to, people who get it, makes such a big difference to your business every day. I mean, that's really what started us setting up the Babbage membership, because we were chatting, we were supporting each other week on week, and just being in touch, and that's how it developed into what Baba has become, which is now 60 people all doing that with each other and for each other. So we really know the importance of community when it comes to running a small business. I think sometimes people are put off by, there might be that sort of feel like there's a competitive side, or that it's not within their best interest to have other people in the birth of the baby world. But I couldn't disagree with that more. I definitely think your people are out there. I promise you. You just need to find them.
Yeah, definitely. It's such, well, our community anyway is such a supportive, giving, nurturing sort of vibe. And, it's good fun to connect with each other as well. So there's definitely not that level of competitiveness in there. It's definitely more collaborative, which we've really seen happen over the last few months, and since we've been running, definitely. So if you don't have a community, find a community, find a biz bestie, because that really is going to help you to move forward. And then on top of that, once you've got like all of the self-care, the rituals kind of worked into your day, you'll find it easier to do the different tasks. And then it would be about becoming more organized. And we've probably got loads of podcasts on being organized and using different planning tools. But yeah, making sure that you are planning your day and that you are doing the tasks that need to be done, rather than the ones that you really like doing all the time and putting things off. That helps to prevent overwhelm as well.
Yeah, there's so many systems there, but ours is pretty much remember what your goal is, focusing on your goal, and then, write down where you're heading with that and the tasks, and then prioritizing your tasks, and keeping that list small. Try not to have lists and lists. I know some people love lists, but try and keep it as small as you can, and just focus on those priority things. Because sometimes you've got a day, like we said, the ones that you had, like when you had your little one off, like today, when things have gone a bit haywire for me, I still know what my most important number one business goal is for today if I didn't get anything else done. And that means I finish the day feeling accomplished, rather than just feeling like, oh, the whole thing went wrong. I can feel like, do you know what, I had that one thing to do today, and I did manage to do it because I actually knew it was a priority, and I'll catch up with the other stuff later. And just that sort of almost like that acceptance that as busy mums, every day is going to look different in our business, and actually how we feel about our business, and feeling that, the word balance I think is not necessarily a helpful one, but feeling sort of like not in control of it, but just feeling okay with what has happened that day, celebrating the wins, being kind to yourself, giving yourself moments that of self-care and a break, but also at the same time understanding that, businesses need a resilient business owner, someone who can be flexible, someone who can bounce back from setbacks. And part of that is accepting that we are not going to necessarily get all the things done that we expect ourselves to get done. And we just need to be really kind to ourselves about that. And I think when you move into that mindset, then you're actually going to be a lot happier in your business and a lot more productive. And that is in turn going to bring more clients your way.
Yeah, it's all interconnected, and it interweaves with each other. And I think once you accept that and you understand that, then that just makes everything feel so much easier. It doesn't stop all the things happening in your life, or things growing wrong, or having children and extra responsibilities, but it just helps you to navigate it a little bit more easier, and to manage those surprises a little bit better as well. So So yeah, so if you're interested in our rituals that we've brought up a couple of times, we actually have a freebie which you can download, and you get access to all of our favorite freebies. It comes with a PDF as well with supporting documents. So I think you'll find it really useful. So head to the link in the show notes and you can download your copy today.
Yeah, and if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe on YouTube, leave us a review. It makes a really big difference. Please, if you've listened to this episode and
Yeah.
any of our episodes, please leave us a review, because we love to receive them, and share this with anyone who you think would enjoy it. And we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.